In Movies and Money, video game fans turned out in force to see Mortal Kombat on the big screen. Here's a quick look.
Throughout history, different cultures all over the world reference a great tournament of champions. That dragon marking?
I think it's an invitation to fight for something known.
We have film critic Erik Childress on the scene for us today. Hello, Erik.
Hi, Angie.
Mortal Kombat took the top spot at the box office over the weekend, but actually faced some unexpected competition.
It did, Angie. Everyone anticipated this to be the week of the long-awaited R-rated version of Mortal Kombat. While it was also available on HBO Max, the film still managed to gross $23.3 million in theaters, showing a continued appetite for high-profile titles to bring people back to theaters. But that hunger also showed for Funimation's Demon Slayer the movie Mugen Train, which may have finished second with $21.1 million, but was only in 1,600 theaters compared to Mortal Kombat's 3,000 plus. Now that meant that the Demon Slayer could actually boast the best per theater average of any film over the past 13 months. Godzilla vs. Kong was the first to crack the 5-digit PTA with a $10,509 average, but Demon Slayer opened with a $13,215 average. For some perspective, there were 24 films that opened in 2019 in over 1,000 theaters and could boast a 10,000 per theater average. We now have had 2 in the past month, and that is an interesting number to pay attention to as we go forward, especially given the limited capacity that most theaters are operating with.
We are approaching what would normally be the beginning of the summer blockbuster movie season next week. So what's on the docket this year?
Well, it continues to be an evolving process, Angie. Right now, the potential glory of a $100 million gross that Godzilla vs. Kong is chasing feels like $200 million, and anything that hits $50 million, as Mortal Kombat is likely to, feels like $100 million. But as I've been saying lately, we need to keep a close eye on how a number of what we might think of as mid-range titles will be doing. The titles that don't have a built-in audience or a franchise tag to them. Even as vaccinations continue and theaters get the go-ahead to open up more, we're not looking at anything approaching 9 digits until potentially the Memorial Day weekend releases of A Quiet Place Part 2 and Cruella. June could be a whole different landscape and is practically all sequels, going from the new Conjuring film to the 9th Fast and Furious film. But one title to certainly set eyes on is In the Heights, opening June 11th. Anticipation for that film was already building when it was scheduled to open last June, but that is one under normal years could easily be the kind of word-of-mouth success that brings more than just the usual suspects into movie theaters. If it is this year, while it plays simultaneously on HBO Max for the first month, that could be another marker in our analysis.
Erik, I would love to get your take on the Oscars. Netflix snagged 7 golden statues, the most out of any film studio. Netflix also had 36 nominations. Were you happy with the winners? And what's your review of the big show? Some fans were disappointed with the ending.
I was one of them, Angie, and I surely wasn't the only one to think that they skipped ahead by accident on their DVRs when Best Picture was being announced before Actress and Actor. Look, overall, I thought given the circumstances, it was mostly a nicely produced event. I liked the longer speeches and the lack of tribute filler. Didn't care for the sped up in memoriam, but even on the categories I predicted wrong, I was more than happy with the winners. Even more so, frankly. But that ending did leave a sour taste in my mouth. Now, 2 Oscar traditions have held true over the years. That they want us to believe those envelopes are sealed tight and they have no idea who won, and that they often try to stir the moment by getting the right presenter on the likelihood that Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Catherine Bigelow, or Spike Lee's name, for example, is in there. Go back and watch those clips. So they wanted a triumphant tribute ending for Chadwick Boseman winning Best Actor and didn't allow an 83-year-old legend to potentially accept over satellite. So Anthony Hopkins went to bed instead and woke up a deserved 2-time Oscar winner, while the rest of us watched a disengaged Joaquin Phoenix accept on his behalf and end the show with a whimper instead of a bang. It was embarrassing and unfortunate, and a reminder that even the best movies need a solid ending, otherwise their best efforts could be forgotten really fast.
Oh, that Anthony Hopkins, Chadwick Boseman category was a toughie, if you ask me. Thank you, Erik.
Thank you, Angie.
More Business First AM. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.